Welcome to the HTML5 training video. So, in this video, I am going to explain about some history of HTML5 and how the HTML5 is developed. So, first of all, the first in 1989, Tim Berners-Lee invented the www. So, World Wide Web is invented by the Tim Berners-Lee at the 1989. And also Tim Berners-Lee in 1991 invented the HTML. Dave Reject drafted the HTML+ in 1993. And HTML working group defined the HTML 2.0 in 1995. What is the meaning of this one? In 1995, HTML 2.0 is released and final thing is released by the HTML working group. After that, W3C is formed and recommended the HTML 3.2 in the 1997. In 1999, W3C released the 4.0.1 version and in a W3C recommended the XHTML 1.0 in 2000. In HTML5, HTML5 public draft is released in the 2008 by WHAT-WG. This is the one organization like W3C organization, and WHAT-WG living standard is released in the 2012. Okay, and finally W3C final recommendation is released in the 2014. What is the meaning of this one? Finally, the final recommendation of HTML5. It means the final thing and finally released HTML5 in the 2014. Okay, 2014 October 28th. So after that, Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web in the 1989. Another intent of in the 1990s. From 1991 to 98, HTML developed from the version 1 to version 4. In 2000, World Wide Web Consortium recommended the 1.0, XHTML 1.0. The difference between the XHTML and HTML is the XHTML is the strict and the developer were forced to write the valid and well-formed code. What is the meaning of strict here? Sometimes we are forgetting the tags, closing tags also in HTML it works, but in XHTML it is not works. Okay, in 2004, WG. So Web Hypertext Application Technology Working Group. What is the meaning of WG? Web Hypertext Application Technology Working Group was formed in response to slow W3C development and W3C decision to close down the development of HTML in favor of XHTML. What is the meaning of this one? In 2004, so W3C is decided that they are shutting down the HTML development and going for the XHTML. So at the time, WG is formed and they are decided to develop the HTML5. Okay, decided the developing the HTML. After that, WG wanted to develop the HTML consistent with how the web was used while being backward compatible with the older version of the HTML. So, what WG is? What is the meaning of formation of what WG? They are deciding the developing the HTML in the period of 2004 to 2006. WG initiative gained support by the major browser vendors. So in 2006, W3 announced that they would support the WG. Okay, in 2006, W3C and what WG is merged, not completely merged. They are supporting the what WG. Okay, in 2008, the first HTML5 public draft was released. In 2012, what WG and W3C decided on a separation. What WG will develop HTML as a living standard. Now, what WG will develop the HTML as a living standard. Okay, a living standard is a never fully completed, but always updated and improved. New features can be added, but old functionality cannot be removed. Okay, the what WG living standard was published in 2012 and it is continuously updated. And W3C will develop definitive HTML5 and HTML5 standard as a snapshot of what WG. The W3C HTML5 final recommendation was released in the 28th October 2014. This is the history of HTML5. Now, what is the final thing is that what WG is continuously working on the HTML5 development. They are named as the living standard, but W3C is taking the snapshot of this one and releasing the final recommendations. Thanks for listening.